or star from table 1 comma table 2, where in where condition we can add the join condition. Yes. Or the other syntax is select star from student, we are using a keyword join, takes, and on represents that join condition rather than where clause. Yes. Any query or any doubt? These are the two forms or syntaxes to write down join. Either I can write down using join keyword, or I can directly list all the relations in from clause and simply add a where condition to represent a join condition. Okay. So next part is outer join. Next part is outer join. So what is outer join? An extension of the join operation that avoids loss of information. Yes. So computes a join and then adds a tuples from one relation that does not match tuples in the other relation. Because what in earlier case we have seen, it selects for the matching column only. Yes, or common column. If the value matches, then only those records or those rows are combined with the first one. Yes. Now what happened in case of outer join? Again, outer join are divided into three types: left outer, right outer, and full outer joins. Yes. So if course ID, or suppose if we consider course as one of the relation, yes, the course ID, title, department name, and credits. These are the four columns. Yes, and one relation is there, prerequisite. Yes, so course ID and prerequisite ID or prerequisite ID. So here in this case, course information. Now, if I consider for first relation, the three records are there. Yes, in course. So course ID, then title of that course, then the course is under which department, and credits. Okay. Now the relation table, that relation table combines the attributes from two separate tables. So prerequisite is the other table, and we are taking ID of prerequisite and course ID combined into this relation. Yes, and that relates which particular courses or for which particular course which prerequisite is required, or which course should be completed earlier. Yes, so here course information is missing for CS437. Yes, course information is missing for CS437 because there is no prerequisite available. Yes, and prerequisite information is missing for CS315. Now here if you check in course relation, CS315 is the ID available. Yes, but its corresponding prerequisite ID is not available in relation prerequisite. Are you getting or not? Whether you all are getting or not? Let me check if there is any reply. Okay, okay, okay. So, sorry. So here I have course information, course ID is available and prerequisite ID is available. But in this relation, for some of the courses prerequisite ID is not available. Yes, and for some prerequisite ID, course information is not available. Yes, so that's the problem. So if course natural left outer join. Now if I perform left outer means what? Which relation you added on the left side of that join operation. Yes. Now if it is course, then left outer, and then prerequisite. Yes. So here what happened? This course ID, title, department name, and credits is combined with prerequisite ID. Yes. So first row that is BI03301. Yes, its associated prerequisite ID is available, so it is joined here. CS 190. Second row from course is CS 190 game design. Yes, so for CS 190 associated prerequisite ID is available, so it is combined with that. Yes, now for third course ID, that is CS 315. Yes, for CS 315 its associated prerequisite ID is not available in the relation. Yes, but still join is performed and the prerequisite ID is inserted as null, because prerequisite ID is right now not available, which is associated with course CS 315, but in future it can be updated. Yes, so when we are performing a left outer join, yes, when we are performing a left outer join, which relation is there on the left side? Yes, all rows from that relation are selected and the associated rows from the right side are joined, and for all the remaining null value is inserted. That is the meaning of outer join. Whereas in case of inner join and natural join, what we are combining only common column matching conditions. Yes, but here, but here, which relation you added on the left side, all rows from the left side are selected and combined with the associated rows from the second relation. Yes, and if there is not associated rows or information available, it is inserted with null. It is inserted with null. And now you all are aware of meaning of null. What that null keyword represents? Null means the value is not known or unknown. Means right now the value is not available. In future it can be updated to some other value. Is this much clear? Is this much clear? Left outer join. Now what is the difference if I changed it to right outward, right outer join? What will happen in case of right outer join? You can easily observe here the difference between. Now what will happen? The right side relation. Yes. Now what? That join operation course is on left side and prerequisite is on right side. So now what will happen if I change the keyword to right outer? All rows from right are selected. Yes. All rows from right are selected. Now if I check here, yes, so prerequisite, three rows are there for CS 190, CS 347 and 301. Yes, so here it selects all the IDs. Yes, all the IDs from that, and it's associated, or based on that it changes the matching value. Now here what happened, if I consider for say BI 301 course ID. Yes, its title, its department name and credits earned. Yes, and its associated prerequisite ID, because it is available. Yes, it is available in our both of the relations. Then CS 190 in CS 190. So again, CS 190 information is also available. So CS 190, CS 101. Yes, that is also available. Then CS 347 for CS 347. Now if I check in my original tables, yes, so CS 347, the information, the course information is not available. Yes, course information is not available. So that information is inserted with null. Yes, are you getting? Are you getting the title, department name, and credits? Yes, that is not available. in our base table or in our original table of course. Yes, but we have prerequisite ID and associated course ID. So these two values are there in place, but the remaining values, those are not available right now, are with null, are inserted as null. Is this clear? Is this clear? कळतंय का? In left outer join, it is important which relation you added on left side. Yes, so the relation which you added on the left side, all rows from that relation are selected. Yes, and those rows are combined with its associated matching values. Yes, and if there is no information in second relation associated with the first one, it is inserted with null. Similar way, in case of right outer join, it selects all rows from right relation and combined it with the matching one, and for all the remaining columns is inserted with null. So important is what? Left and right. So which keyword you are using? If you are using left outer join, and if you want to select all rows from course, then course must be on the left side. Yes, and vice versa. If you want to select all rows from course using right outer join, you need to write down that on the right side of the join operation. Yes, that is left and right outer. Full outer, in full outer it combines all rows from first, all rows from second. Yes, in full outer, it performs a full join operation on these two relations, and all the missing values or all the values those are not known, those are inserted with null. Yes, getting कळतंय का? So join types and conditions. Now these are the types we covered: inner join, left, right, and full outer join. So inner join is what? It is similar to or is nothing but a natural join, or by default it is a inner join when we are performing operation on common column tables. Yes, so in inner join it gives us the combined rows from both of the relations only based on the common column matching condition. Yes, whereas in case of outer join, it selects all rows from left. Yes, if I'm using left outer join, and matching from the second relation. Yes, and for all the values where the information is not available is inserted with null. Similar way for right, it depends on which relation is there on the right side. Yes, and in full outer join, it combines every row from first with every row from second. Okay, so here the results of this right outer join and full outer join are given. Yes, so here first is prerequisite, natural join, and course. Now, course is on which side? Is on left side, and prerequisite is on right side. Yes, so from prerequisite, all IDs from the prerequisite are there, and null information from the course, for which the information is not available in base table course. Yes, then if we perform full outer, it combines all rows from first with all rows from second. So that is the difference between full outer and right or left outer join. Okay. So this is the example of inner join. Now, if I combine course with prerequisite course. So what here only two rows are there as a resultant, because only two rows fulfills the condition of common column matching, that is ID. Yes, so here it is given that course ID 301, yes, is there in prerequisite ID. So if it is matching, then only it displays that particular record. So only two rows fulfills that condition. Yes, then course left outer join on prerequisite. Yes, on is a clause which we are using to represent that join condition. Yes. So course dot course ID is equal to prerequisite dot course ID. The difference is what? In inner join, only matching rows are selected. Yes. In outer join, it selects all rows from the left side or either from the right side. So it's not missing any information even after performing the join. But in first case or in inner join, we don't have other information. Like in addition to this two courses, there is one more row of course in base course table. Yes, but now as a resultant of join, that row is not available. So when the requirement is you want to extract information, yes, if you want to extract information only matching with each other, yes, if only matching with each other, then you can perform an inner join. But if you want whole information, yes, along with not known values as null, then we can perform outer join. Okay, so these are what the resultants or the difference you can observe based on the number of rows retrieved performed after this outer join operation. So first is right outer, then full outer join. Yes, full outer join using course ID means what? On course ID we are performing that join condition. Yes, and similar way here for course and prerequisite we are performing join operation on ID column. So, is this much clear or is there any query? Is this much clear? You have you have one assignment on joins. Yes. So where you will be given some problem statements, some schemas of the tables, and based on that you have to write appropriate query to extract information from multiple tables and to exact write down the join operation on the common column and to select which type of join to be implemented. Yes. Then next is view. Now I already shown you syntax for view, but theoretically I have not explained you what is view. Now uh, in introduction we have already covered that mm, level of abstraction, that multiple views we can create of same database, and based on the authorization level, based on the authentication, we can assign access to those views. Yes, so views are very important because it is not a case that all columns in a table are available to be accessible for every user. Yes, and that's why there is need of view. So view uh, you can easily define as say logical table, a logical table. Yes, so in some cases it is not desirable to all users to see the entire logical model. Obviously, it is not the case that every user in the system, in an organization or in a company is be able to access all columns, all attributes or all relations. Yes, so consider a person who needs to know an instructor's name and department but not the salary. Yes. So if there is say suppose accounts department is only concerned about the salaries and payments and all. Yes, but rest of the departments, like say in academic, if we are preparing some timetables, we are assigning loads to the instructors, then those coordinators are not required to have access to their salary. Yes, so in that case, what or we can create a view and we can have a restricted access of selected columns or allowed attributes only. Yes, so at that time, views are playing important roles because when we are dealing with the corporate databases, there are big relations along with so many columns, along with so many attributes, so many different types of constraints, and even different types of we can say alias names, synonyms. Yes, so at that time, to have the label based access to individual users in the system, we need to create views as per the requirement, as per the functional requirement, and then it becomes easy to manage that which user is having access to which attributes, because it is not a possible that we will be creating that many number of tables in our database, because it will unnecessarily increase the redundancy, duplication of data. So admin department require access to ID, name, uh, uh, say designation of the employee. Account department requires ID, name, salary, some incentives details. Academic department requires ID, name, then their qualification, their experience. So what ID name is a common column, then it is not a case that every time I'll be creating those many tables. Obviously, the base table, the original table is available with whole information of that employee, and I'll be creating different views of that table which are available to different users. Yes, so a view provides a mechanism to hide certain data from the view of certain users. Yes, so any relation that is not the conceptual model but is made visible to a user as a virtual relation is called a view. It's a logical view of your table, yes, or part of your table, that is virtual relation. Do you understand concept of view? Do you understand? Or is there any query, any doubt? Yes, these all of the important terms, those you require for your mini project basically. Like if you have some admin user, yes, the admin is the person who is available with access to all attributes in your base tables or based on the functions. But if there is some end user, yes, say some client login or some customer login is there, then obviously they are not allowed to access all columns. In that case, you can use a view and can have access to those allowed columns only. Yes. So is there any query? Is there any query? Any query or any difficulty, any doubt? Okay, I think no doubt is there. So what will stop here, and from next we'll continue with remaining part of that is some DDL commands are remaining, and then we'll start with subqueries. Yes. Let me stop sharing. So can we conclude? If you don't have any doubt. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Which one is your next lecture? Yes. Next lecture कोणाचं आहे? TOC. Okay.